Welcome, everybody, to It Tastes Different Gaming News. What's in the news today? Well, Sony finally announced their new handheld. And prepare to be disappointed. Sony announced the Project Q, which is a streaming handheld for your PlayStation 5. So, it is a little handheld. It is a Sony PlayStation controller split in half with a Samsung Galaxy S2 shoved in there. That's it. That is their handheld device. It will only stream from your PlayStation 5. It is on their little 8-inch console at 1080p. It's hard to talk about because it's pretty disappointing. I was hoping for a new Vita or something like that, but no. It is a portable device that you can only play from your PlayStation around your house, or unless you get really good Wi-Fi and you can get it down the road somehow. But I doubt that. So let's jump into it. These guys are tech guys. I'm not. So let's find out why they would go with such a shit design and keep you stuck at home next to your PlayStation, but not playing your PlayStation while playing your PlayStation on a phone-sized device. Pat, PlayStation Q. What is it you said about the Q earlier when we were talking?
Quite useless.
Quite useless.
PlayStation quite useless is what it should be called. Because this technology already exists, right? You can already stream PlayStation games on your phone with PS Remote Play. And a lot of companies out there make controllers that hold your phone to play stuff like this. Razer does, quite a few others do. There's all kinds of different controllers out there that allow you to practically do that, to let you do this, essentially. Maybe not with an 8-inch screen, but I'm sure you could get a tablet if you wanted to, if you want to stream it that bad. Get your freaking controller hooked up to a tablet in the bathroom or the bed or whatever, if you really got excited about it. But basically the PlayStation Q, nobody said they wanted that. And I'm not sure how PlayStation could make this work. And what I mean by that is the price point for this product to make it work has to be sub $200, in my opinion, because you're not selling a standalone gaming console like the Switch. And I think the Switch is what, like, $350, isn't it? Or something like that. And the Steam Deck is $500. So if you're going to get near $300, you better be a standalone console, in my opinion. You can't be this whole streaming deck, but it's probably going to be like $299 or some garbage like that, So I not interested. For me, not interested at all. I was thinking the same thing, is this going to be the next PS Vita, PS Vita Part 2? But I think Sony's too skittish to ever do a handheld console again, but they're brave enough to do something so stupid as a streaming handheld. It looks weird. It looks like an overextended PlayStation controller, like Shane said, with an 8-inch display tucked in the middle of it. What is this going to offer me that I really need, that I can't do today? I can stream games to my PC. I can stream games to my phone. I can stream them on my tablet, whatever I needed to do. I don't need another thing to stream it to that's going to cost $200 to $300, because I guarantee it's not going to be $100. It's going to be in the neighborhood of $200 to $300. And if it's over $300, they just might as well flush that thing down the toilet, because there's nobody going to buy that except for a very niche few people, because $350, you got yourself a Switch, and a Switch can play games on the go. And then I saw that like Tom's Hardware had a little article on it, and there's rumors that it's only going to be like a 3 or 4 hour battery life on it too. So you're not taking that thing on the road, and you can't take that thing on the road anyway, because it requires a Wi-Fi connection to function. You can make things like that work over the internet, but there's way too much latency. It's just not going to be playable. I've seen people do miraculous things with items that are supposed to be Wi-Fi only, and port forwarding and public IPs and all that stuff. So, there might be something that you can do with like setting up a hotspot phone to peer VPN into your house and, do things like that for on the go play, but it's just going to be horrible. garbage play. So 1080p and 60 hertz refresh rate, meh. You know, I don't know who is out there playing things like this on their phone. I mean, there's got to be, right? Remote play is out there for a reason. People are streaming things to their devices when they could be playing it on their PlayStation and their big ass TV. I don't know who these people are that are they're streaming all this stuff. You know, I have a Switch. It never gets undocked. I always play with it docked. I don't play with it in my hand because I would prefer to see it on the big screen. You know, I'd prefer to play it in its glory on the big screen TV and not in some small thing in my hands, you know. So to me, this is a useless device for me. I will never be purchasing this device. I cannot find a use for it at all. But that's just me. They won't be getting any of my money for it. Sony came out with 2 products that I won't be purchasing. Their earbuds and now this thing. And I will not be purchasing either ones because I don't see them. They're overpricing everything anyway. So you have my vote for $200 to $300. But my vote is not buying it, but the price is going to be $200 to $300. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it will be like at least $300. And you're exactly right. There's no point to it. I mean, you can do the remote play now. You know, you can do the remote play on your phone or your tablet, any other device. And if you really want something that has controllers to the side, you know, they have the Backbone that we talked about before. The Backbone's $100, but they have a PlayStation centered Backbone that they made specifically for PlayStation 5, right? That the company Backbone made, or I don't know if the company's named that. I'm pretty sure they're named the same thing as the product, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But anyway, that they've made that was for PlayStation, right? It was targeted toward PlayStation users. And it's the Sony certified. I think it was even certified by Sony for the Backbone. So you can already buy one of these, and you can already do this now from your phone or tablet at home. I don't see the need for it. Now, if they made a device like the Vita or the PSP, like a brand new handheld, then yeah, I'd be all down for it, right? I love the PSP and I love the Vita, and I would love to see Sony create a new handheld device. I think a lot of people would, but this is not what I think a lot of the fans wanted, right? This is something like, hey, we're going to sell you something that you can do today. And it's like, but why? I can already do it. You know, on my phone, I already spent like $1,000, $1,500 on this thing, and it can do that. So why do I need to buy a piece of, and what else is this device going to be doing? Or what other functionality is this device going to have other than remote play from your PlayStation? Are you going to be able to do other things on it, like multimedia type stuff like Netflix and Facebook and whatever, things like that? Or is it just a streaming device where you basically have like when you load it up, does it even have an interface? All right. Or does it just like once your PlayStation is broadcasting, it can pick up the broadcast and then it starts remote play on it. So it's like an empty screen that has nothing behind it. I'm sure it's going to have some sort of interface, but the interface could just be very minimal. And that's like the only thing that it does is just the remote play, the streaming from your box to it. It's a very odd thing for them to announce here, right? It just doesn't, I don't know who it's for. Most people have phones or tablets. And I would suggest if it's a tablet that can also, even that, I'm sorry, I'm trying to justify it, but there's no justification here. I guess it could be a cheaper tablet if it has the tablet functionality, the functionality of a tablet, and it can do remote play. Then it might be, if it came out at $300 or $400, then it might be a cheaper option for people that want a tablet, but also to have that remote play option, right? And they don't have these things. But tablets alone you can buy a cheap ass tablet if you want to, that could do this. But I mean, like if you wanted something like that is a multimedia type device that can also do remote play from your PlayStation, just go buy yourself a tablet at some point in time and do it with that, right? You'll have more, and the reason why I say that is because you'll get more use out of the tablet than I think you will this thing, right? You can do the remote play with the tablet, but you can also do other stuff, right? You can watch your Netflix there. You can do your counting. I don't know, whatever the hell you want to do on your tablet. You can do all sorts of stuff. Take pictures, record videos, like everything, right? I mean, is this going to have like a camera on it? Is it going to have like a recorder on there? A camcorder on there? It's a big box. You hold it like this in your hand and record. No, I mean, it's probably not going to have any of that. It's probably going to be a screen with a DualSense cut in half, on either side, and Sony branded, right? And those people out there that the only people that I feel like they're going to get to go out and purchase something like this is those people that really, they buy anything that's new, right? No matter how stupid it is. So, I mean, this is just really like for now, unless we learn something really cool about it that we don't know, for now, it just seems useless. But this is going to be a real good test for those people that go out and buy every stupid thing. Are you, for Sony to say, if we release something stupid, such as this, will people still buy it? Maybe. Maybe. And that's unfortunate because it's like, come on, we all like new hardware and stuff like that, but this is just at the point of being ridiculous right now, right? It's like selling you something that, I don't know. It's like selling you just something that it already has. Like they sold a new power cord for the PlayStation. It looks different, but it's the same power cord or something stupid like that, right? And they introduce it, Project P, for power cord. I just don't get it.
Well, yeah, because the question is do you have to put your PlayStation in remote play like you do with remote play to be able to do this? And if so,
I would assume so.
Can you, like, if you're in your bedroom, can you just pick the controller up and start playing, or do you need to load the game, run it in remote play, and then launch your thing? So you got to be like right in front of while you're doing this all together anyway. We don't know any of those details, right? And the Backbone has one amazing thing that this doesn't have, and we raved about that: offset sticks. So
that's absolutely right. I forgot about that. The best,
but the Backbone is also $100 and it has no display in it. So yeah, I'm thinking Nick's right. It's going to be like $300, and then in that case, it's like, what the hell? Why? I can only leave this thing in my house, and there's probably like some rigmarole process to go through to get it to start streaming to it, just like with remote play. I have to put the PlayStation in remote play, do all that stuff, make sure I'm signed in, and then get my handheld, launch the remote play app, and then connect them up and start playing. So it's not just as easy as like picking it up and being like, okay, like I could pick up the Switch and start playing the Switch because I don't have to worry about some remote play thing because it's handheld or it's docked,
Well, hopefully they put some thought into that, because that's a brilliant point. Is why would they do that if you couldn't just pick it up and play it? I mean, if I'm in the game room playing Xbox or, watching porno, my son doesn't want to disturb me, he can just have it out there and hit start, and, he can play the PlayStation. So hopefully, they did put that thought into it. That's a good point. I mean, I'll be honest, they would have been better off just making a new damn a Sony Xperia phone and, bundling the Backbone with it. I mean, there you go. I mean, it's going to give you everything you need, everything you want. It's going to be pricier, guaranteed, but, I don't think this thing's coming out under 300. I really don't. So.
Well, I mean, the thing is it would be better for Sony to bring out a Vita 2 or something like that, right? When the Vita came out, handhelds were kind of dying off, right? You had the Nintendo. Nintendo was doing good with their handhelds, but other handhelds were just not, handhelds were kind of going out the door, and they kind of went out the door for a while, right? The 3DS was doing really good, but everybody else that tried to attempt some sort of handheld was just not doing well. Handhelds are making a comeback, right? I mean, once the Steam Deck came out, it was like full steam ahead on handhelds. Everybody's making one. Every computer company's out there. Acer's coming out with their handheld. Logitech made a handheld. Steam has their handheld. Like, now Sony's coming out with this, whatever the hell this is. This is not a handheld. This is not the same thing as those things, right? But if they would have made something that was the same as those things, I bet you, I mean, I would be on board. I'd be like, yeah, I'll get one of those, you know? And I'm sure a lot of people out there would be in the same boat, but you know, I don't know if they were trying to jump on the trend with this. I mean, I'm sure Project Q was in the works for quite a while, right? It's not something they just thought of last week, but you know, with the trend of handhelds that are out on the market and coming to the market that have seemed to be really popular, you know, the Steam Deck really popularized, brought back, rejuvenated the whole handheld thing. You know, I mean, we had the Switch, which did really good, but then no one else did anything. But then once the Steam Deck came out, it was like everybody's like, oh, you know, this is popular. And, you know, the Switch is popular now. This is popular. You know, it can basically a second handheld can survive in the market along with the Switch. Well, hell, then, you know, all the companies were like, well, let's do one too, you know. And so now we have like all these handhelds coming out, and that would have been great for Sony to do something like that and bring out a new Vita, because a lot of people have been wanting a new handheld from Sony, and this would be the perfect time, especially with handhelds being so popular now as they are. But unfortunately, we got this, and maybe they're trying to ride that train of popularity by coming out with this stupid idea.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. You know, they would have been better off. I mean, they can make a handheld as powerful as a PlayStation 4, and then you can stream to it. I bet they could. I bet they could. At least PS3 Slim. But I don't know. I mean, there really is. Who is wanting this? Who was like, I want to be able to stream from my PlayStation to a dedicated piece of hardware that I can't need. I wonder if they're gonna fix the remote play, so you have to be playing it on that hardware. You don't think they'll screw the gamers over? I don't know. It's Sony. They've done some shady crap. So
I mean, I'm just trying to find the use case for this. I mean, I don't understand.
There's none.
Yeah, because I mean, it's a singular use device that other technologies are already doing. That's not singular use. Like the backbone. Okay, it's $100. The backbone is $100, and the devices like that are around the same price.
Yep.
But everybody out there, almost everybody, the majority of people out there have a smartphone. You know, and so it's like you can already just buy a backbone for your Android or your iOS device and plug it into and connect it to it, and you're ready to play. So you take the thing you already have existing, spend $100, slap a backbone on it, and call it good.
Yep.
Sony's going to come out with a $300 device that only serves the singular purpose of playing PlayStation games, because it's probably not going to have any type of usable OS on it where you can browse the internet or do anything like that. I don't know. Is it going to be a touchpad device? Because I didn't see anything on it. Or is it just a screen? You know, they really didn't talk a whole lot about it. I think it's going to be an OLED screen, right? Or is it? I saw something that said it was an LCD screen on top of it. You know, at least Nintendo had the foresight to go, hey, let's put OLED on this new revision of the Switch. These guys are like, no, we're going to stick with LCD, 1080p, 60 FPS. These gamers don't know any better. Charge them $300. They'll eat it up like candy. I hope it doesn't sell, because it seems like the stupidest like circus show on this planet right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing I've found says OLED, LED, LCD, freaking none of that. So I think Sony basically was like, you know, let's throw it out there in the wind and let's see if that shit sticks. And it stinks. It's not.
It slid down the wall faster than water when it did.
Yep, left a brown streak like that broken sewer line did to your basement. But yeah, this is worthless. But you know, we can't say it's completely worthless until we actually get really good information. There's too many questions, and the biggest one is, who is this for? So until we get, you know, more info, it's for nobody. Nobody wants this. I mean, it's all over the internet as what the hell. So, but you guys got anything else about Project Q before we go? Nope. All right. Well, if you made it to the end, congratulations. You win the prize of hitting subscribe. Congratulations. Don't forget, you can also hit that notifications at no charge too. Let us know what you think about the Project Q. Is it for you? Is it not for you? What are your questions about it? Do you think it's well worth a crap? I mean, honestly, is it really going to be worth anything if that's all it does is stream your PlayStation 5? So let us know in the comments below. And until next time, see ya.